Medication Packing Guide for Cruises in 2025. Avoid these mistakes. Picture this. You're standing at the cruise security checkpoint in Miami. Detection dogs are alerting on your carry-on bag. Security escorts you to a private room where officers start poking through every single pill in your daily organizer, questioning whether your legally prescribed blood pressure medication is actually an illegal substance. What should have been a 5-minute security check turns into a 45-minute nightmare that delays your entire family's boarding. This exact scenario is happening to more cruisers than ever before, and it's completely preventable if you know how to pack medications properly in 2025. But here's the scary part. The medication mistake that's catching the most passengers off guard could cost you thousands of dollars, land you in foreign jails, or even be life-threatening if you're separated from essential prescriptions. I've spent months researching current policies across every major cruise line, international regulations, and real passenger horror stories to bring you the most comprehensive medication packing guide ever created. Some of these 2025 policy changes will shock you. Others are hidden requirements that even travel agents don't know about. And a few, well, they're mistakes that could literally ruin your entire vacation before it even starts. Today, I'm revealing everything you need to know about safely bringing medications on cruises in 2025, including the critical errors that are getting passengers denied boarding and the insider secrets that could save you from a medical disaster at sea. Before we dive into these potentially vacation-saving tips, hit that subscribe button because medication policies are changing constantly, and missing one update could cost you thousands of dollars in emergency medical costs. The deadly mistake that's catching everyone. Let's start with the big one, the mistake that could literally be life-threatening and is happening to passengers on every single sailing. Are you ready? Packing essential medications in checked luggage instead of carry-on bags. Here's what happened to Sarah from the LifeWell Cruise Facebook group. Her checked bag disappeared for 3 days of her 7-day cruise. Instead of enjoying the ship's amenities and shore excursions, she spent her entire vacation trying to replace blood pressure medication through the ship's medical center at premium prices. But it gets worse. Ship medical centers charge $274 for a single COVID test and over $10,000 for basic emergency care. That blood pressure medication that costs $20 at CVS? Try $200 from the ship's pharmacy, if they even have it in stock. The golden rule that could save your life. All medications must travel in your personal carry-on bag, never in checked luggage. This includes prescription medications, over-the-counter drugs, vitamins, supplements, and any medical devices you depend on. I don't care if it's just Tylenol or if you think your bag won't get lost. Airlines lose 26 million bags per year, and when your essential medications are in one of those missing bags, your cruise becomes a medical emergency instead of a vacation. The cruise line policy minefield. Here's where things get confusing fast. Different cruise lines have completely different medication policies, and what's allowed on Royal Caribbean might get you in trouble on Disney Cruise Line. Disney Cruise Line maintains the strictest requirements in the industry. They demand that all prescription medications stay in original pharmacy containers with labels. No exceptions, no pill organizers. If you show up with your daily pill planner thinking you're being organized, Disney security will flag you for additional screening. On the complete opposite end, Carnival and Norwegian are surprisingly flexible. Carnival's brand ambassador clarified in March 2024 that passengers can legally use pill organizers without original bottles. Norwegian follows similar policies, though they still recommend keeping prescriptions for customs purposes. Royal Caribbean and Celebrity. Take a middle ground approach, strongly recommending original containers while allowing exceptions with proper documentation. But here's the problem. Proper documentation isn't clearly defined, leaving passengers guessing what they actually need. The inconsistency is maddening. You could cruise successfully on Carnival with pill organizers, then get flagged and delayed on Disney for doing the exact same thing. It's like playing Russian roulette with your vacation. The international legal minefield that could land you in prison. This is where medication packing gets genuinely scary. What's perfectly legal in the United States can get you arrested and imprisoned in some of the most popular cruise destinations. Japan has the most restrictive policies in the world. They completely prohibit Adderall, Ritalin, all amphetamine medications, and even common over-the-counter drugs like Benadryl and Sudafed. If you show up in a Japanese port with ADHD medication, you're not just getting it confiscated, you could be arrested. To legally bring medications into Japan, you need import confirmation certificates that take 4 to 6 weeks to obtain through their Ministry of Health. Most passengers have no idea this requirement exists until it's too late. The United Arab Emirates, including Dubai and Abu Dhabi, maintains a list of over 70 banned medications. This includes HIV treatments, hepatitis medications, many pain relievers, and stimulants. All controlled medications require pre-approval through their Ministry of Health website, and violations can result in imprisonment. Here's the terrifying part. These aren't just fines or confiscations. We're talking about actual imprisonment for carrying legally prescribed medications from the United States. Your doctor's prescription means nothing to foreign authorities if the medication is banned in their country. Singapore bans anti-anxiety medications, sleeping pills, and strong painkillers. Without special approval from their Health Sciences Authority, the application process requires weeks of advanced planning that most passengers never do. The security screening reality check. Even if your medications are legal everywhere you're traveling, security screening has become more intensive and potentially embarrassing. I know an experienced cruiser with over 40 cruises who routinely gets flagged by drug detection dogs at cruise terminals. Here's what most people don't understand. Drug dogs alert on legal prescription medications, not just illegal substances. When dogs alert on your medication, you get escorted to a private screening room where security officers examine every single pill you're carrying. The Cruise Tips TV blogger reported security officers literally poking at every pill in daily organizers during these searches. They're looking for suspicious shapes, colors, or anything that doesn't match prescription documentation. The secondary screening process can take 15 to 30 minutes and involves thorough luggage searches, individual medication examination, and detailed documentation review. It's not pleasant, and it's happening to more passengers every year. The medical device documentation disaster. If you use medical devices like CPAP machines, insulin pumps, or oxygen equipment, the documentation requirements have gotten much more complex in 2025. PAP machines must be hand-carried and cannot go in checked luggage. That part hasn't changed, but cruise lines now require all medical equipment to be labeled with passenger names, contact details, and cabin numbers. Carnival's 2024 policy updates demand this labeling before boarding. Oxygen equipment requires 45 to 90 days advance planning. Depending on your cruise line, Norwegian requires 90 days advance notice for oxygen arrangements, while other lines need 45 to 60 days. If you wait until the last minute, you might not be able to bring essential equipment. Insulin and diabetic supplies. Need refrigeration coordination through medical centers, but access is limited to operating hours. You can't just assume your cabin mini fridge will work for temperature-sensitive medications. It won't maintain the precise temperature requirements. The prescription documentation strategy that actually works. After analyzing successful passenger experiences and cruise line requirements, here's the documentation system that prevents problems. The 3-location rule. Keep medications in original bottles in your cabin safe, daily organizers for convenience, and emergency backup supplies in a different location. This ensures access even if one supply is confiscated or lost. Digital backup documentation. Photograph all prescription labels and store digital copies in cloud storage. This proves invaluable if medications are confiscated or lost, enabling replacement through ship medical centers or port pharmacies. Universal documentation package. Bring original prescription bottles with pharmacy labels, doctor's letters on official letterhead explaining medical conditions, generic and brand names of all medications, and translated versions for non-English speaking countries. Don't just bring a handwritten list from your doctor. You need official documentation on medical practice letterhead that explains your medical conditions and why these medications are medically necessary. The quantity limits that vary by destination. This is where many passengers get surprised at international borders. The 90-day supply maximum that applies to most destinations has major exceptions that could get you in trouble. Many Asian countries restrict visitors to 30-day supplies regardless of your cruise length. If you're on a long cruise or back-to-back sailings, you might exceed these limits without realizing it. European Union countries offer the most flexibility for legitimate prescriptions in original containers, but non-EU Mediterranean countries like Turkey require translated doctor's letters and impose stricter oversight. Caribbean destinations generally follow U.S. federal guidelines but strictly prohibit all marijuana and CBD products. The Bahamas requires original prescription containers and recommends doctor's letters for controlled substances. The CBD and medical trap. This is catching passengers completely off guard. Despite state-level legalization in the U.S., all cruise ships operate under federal maritime law, making medical marijuana completely prohibited regardless of medical cards or state prescriptions. Virgin Voyages faces additional restrictions. Because their Bahamas-flagged ships make CBD products illegal under Bahamian maritime law. Even hemp-derived CBD products that are legal in U.S. states might be illegal on certain cruise ships. The enforcement is getting stricter too. Security uses detection equipment that can identify CBD substances even in processed forms like lotions, gummies, or capsules. Passengers have had legal CBD products confiscated and face threats of lifetime cruise bans. The emergency medical cost reality. Here's why proper medication packing is so financially critical. A Reddit passenger posted a nearly $10,000 medical bill from Norwegian Escapes Medical Center for basic treatment. The charges included $274 for a single COVID test, $109 for pulse oximeter use, and no insurance acceptance on board. Ship medical centers operate as for-profit facilities with pricing 3 to 5 times higher than U.S. healthcare costs. That prescription refill that would cost $30 at home? Try $300 from the ship's pharmacy, if they have it at all. U.S. Medicare and Medicaid provide no international coverage, and medical evacuation from cruise ships can cost $20,000 to $200,000. Travel insurance typically costs 4 to 10% of your total trip costs, but covers medication replacement, emergency treatment, and evacuation expenses. The 2025 policy changes you need to know. Several major policy changes in 2024 to 2025 are affecting how passengers pack and carry medications. So liquid limits increased from 3.4 ounces to 4 ounces in July 2024, but medically necessary liquids remain completely exempt from size restrictions. New CT scanner technology processes medication screening 78% faster, reducing delays. COVID-19 policies continue evolving. Norwegian eliminated all COVID requirements as of October 2024, while Royal Caribbean and Carnival maintain vaccination requirements for passengers 12 and older. Enhanced security screening uses improved technology that can automatically differentiate between medications and security threats, but controlled substances still trigger additional scrutiny, requiring doctor's letters and prescription documentation. Smart packing strategies from veteran cruisers. Use transparent containers and Ziploc bags for organizing medications by type or urgency. Keep liquid medications separate for TSA screening, and maintain easy access to original bottles and documentation. The clear organization system speeds security screening and reduces the likelihood of additional questioning. Security agents can quickly see what you're carrying and verify it against your documentation. Pack extra supplies beyond your cruise length to account for travel delays, lost luggage, or unexpected itinerary changes. The extra cost of additional medication is nothing compared to emergency replacement costs at sea. What to do if things go wrong? If your medications are confiscated or you face legal issues in foreign ports, immediately contact the U.S. State Department through the nearest embassy or consulate. They can provide legal assistance and help coordinate with local authorities. Document everything with photos and detailed notes. This information becomes crucial for insurance claims and potential legal proceedings. Contact your cruise line's guest services immediately for assistance with medication replacement or medical center consultations. They can coordinate with ship medical staff and potentially help arrange prescription fills at upcoming ports. The bottom line: medication packing for cruises in 2025 requires more preparation than ever before, but the consequences of getting it wrong have never been higher. We're talking about potential imprisonment in foreign countries, thousands of dollars in emergency medical costs, and life-threatening situations if you're separated from essential prescriptions. The key is thorough advanced planning, proper documentation, and understanding that legally prescribed medications in the U.S. aren't automatically legal everywhere your cruise travels. Never assume anything when it comes to medications and international travel. Always verify requirements through official government sources, pack everything in carry-on luggage, and maintain comprehensive documentation for all controlled substances. When in doubt, consult with travel medicine specialists who understand international medication regulations. The consultation cost is nothing compared to the potential consequences of getting it wrong. Have you experienced medication issues while cruising? What documentation strategies have worked best for getting through security screening? Share your experiences in the comments below, because other cruisers need to know what actually works in real-world situations. Don't forget to subscribe for more cruise preparation guides that could save you from expensive and dangerous mistakes. Until next time, pack smart and cruise safely.